Hello there, movie fans! Welcome to ScreenLab, where we give you the latest in film and television. After months of staying in and binge watching on Netflix, finally we can be out and about to catch up. In this video, we will list down 10 movies that will blow you away for the rest of 2020 post-COVID lockdown. Number 10. Tenet, August 26. This Christopher Nolan film stars John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, Elizabeth Debicki, Dimple Kapadia, Michael Caine, and Kenneth Branagh. Tenet is about an agent played by Washington who is tasked to prevent what is supposed to be World War III. With $205 million in his bag, the director of Memento, Interstellar, and Inception dedicated more than half a decade to giving this original idea of this reported time travel film a screenplay. Fans are excited about this, hyping up the film through social media by kidding that they already saw it before it was shown in theaters. Adding to the hype is the rumor that this film is a sequel of Inception. However, one of the co-stars in the film, Robert Pattinson, junked the initial reports that Tenet is a time traveler film during his interview with GQ magazine last May. But whatever is the main theme for the film, it will never be a surprise if it may seem familiar, because Nolan has been known for injecting an element of time in his films. Well, we just need to see it for ourselves.
That part is a little dramatic.
Excited? If you're checking for some movie adrenaline after the lockdown, make sure to keep on watching and check out our number 5 pick for more nostalgia and fanatic moments. Number 9. The New Mutants, August 28. The New Mutants is a horror film based on a comic book series published by Marvel Comics, which were spin-offs of the X-Men franchise. It is about 5 young mutants played by Macy Williams, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Heaton, Blue Hunt, and Henry Zaga, just finding out their abilities while held in a secret facility against their will. The mutants fight to escape their past sins and try to save themselves. Director Josh Boone, after working on The Fault in Our Stars 2014, went straight on conceptualizing together with Nate Lee before pitching the idea to X-Men producer Simon Kinberg and eyeing to release the film in April 2018. Originally, Boone and Lee planned for a trilogy, but the director said that it was unlikely to happen because Disney's Marvel Studios is gaining control of the characters. Another reason why moviegoers must see this might be the first and last adaptation of the comic series. Number 8. Snake Eyes G.I.Joe Origins, October 23. We will not be seeing The Rock and Magic Mike's team up on the silver screens this year, but to all fans and collectors, G.I.Joe film series still has something for you while waiting for Ever Vigilant. Just relax, because it will still be in theaters soon, but not as soon as Snake Eyes. This film is intended to be the third installment in the reboot of the G.I. Joe film series, focusing on the character played by Henry Golding. G.I. Joe Ever Vigilant was supposed to be released in March 2020, but was moved on a later date. Luckily, despite a few release date changes for Snake Eyes, fans will still be able to enjoy this film in October. Snake Eyes is a prequel to the G.I. Joe film series showing the origin of the character. Some rumors are saying that the end of Snake Eyes will directly lead to G.I. Joe 3 and he will be the one to encounter the new threat and contact the team. Maybe the changes were meant to happen if this is the case. Number 7. Mulan, September 24. Disney's live-action remake of Mulan won't be making it to theaters this year after all, thanks to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. But don't worry, because you can still see this warrior princess not on the silver screen but exclusively on Disney+. After several delays due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this much-awaited film based on the Chinese folklore can be streamed on the platform starting September 24. Liu Yifei will play the title role Mulan, the eldest daughter of a warrior who defies both tradition and the law by disguising herself as a man to enlist herself in the Imperial Army, replacing her ailing father.
It is my duty to protect my family.
Liu will be joined by Donnie Yen, Jason Scott Lee, Yosin An, Gong Li, and Jet Li in this Disney film directed by Nikki Caro. After Disney released Mulan's official trailer last December, it already hit more than 16 million views on YouTube. If you really want to see Mulan in action, you will have to pay $29 US price. At first, you might think it is too much for a movie. Well, just look at it as a great bargain, because you can enjoy it with the whole family at the comfort of your home during the opening weekend. There are still no final decisions if the initial plans for other films under Disney will change, because the shareholders admitted that they are still testing the waters. Number 6. The King's Man, September 18. This period action spy film is a prequel and the third film of the Kingsman film series. This film will be based on Dave Gibbons and Mark Millar's comic book series Kingsman 2012, published by Marvel's Icon Comics. The film is about the task of a man and his protege to stop the plan of history's worst tyrants and criminal masterminds to plot a war to wipe out millions. This film will bring the audience to the origins of the organization from the 1900s until World War I. The Kingsman will be starred by Ray Fiennes and Harris Dickinson. Avid fans are already thinking of wearing a Kingsman suit when they head to the theaters this September. Make sure to catch up on your Kingsman history because definitely this will not be the last.
Why is it that boys are always so messy?
Number 5. No Time to Die, November 20. From one spy movie to another to keep the adrenaline rushing. If you think it's over, well, 007 is still here. Daniel Craig will play his fifth and final portrayal as the fictional MI6 agent James Bond. No Time to Die, directed by Cary Joji Fukunaga, is the 25th installment in the James Bond film series. Bond films have been playing in theaters since 1962. The premise of the film is 5 years after the capture of Ernst Stavro Blofeld, and Bond has already left active service. The story will develop after Bond's friend from the CIA is seeking his help in searching for the missing scientist. In this film, the agent will face a trial of mysterious villains armed with advanced new technology. Joining Craig and the main cast from previous Bond films are Rami Malek, Lashana Lynch, and Ana de Armas. No Time to Die will have a 5-year gap from the last Bond film, Spectre 2015. This is one of the longest gaps aside from the 6 years between License to Kill 1989 and GoldenEye 1995, so make sure to plot the dates to update the list of Bond films you've watched.
So you're not dead.
Hello, Q, I've missed you.
Number 4. The French Dispatch, October 16. Known for this critical mind, it's not surprising that Wes Anderson has written and directed this comedy-drama film addressed as a love letter to journalists. The French Dispatch was set during World War II in a fictional French city. The film will focus on a foreign bureau of a fictional Kansas newspaper. For a film enthusiast's perspective, this piece deserves a great ensemble, which includes Benicio del Toro, Adrian Brody, Tilda Swinton, Léa Seydoux, Frances McDormand, Timothée Chalamet, Lena Kudry, Jeffrey Wright, Matthew Amalric, Steve Park, Bill Murray, and Owen Wilson. The French Dispatch is one of the must-sees this year, as the film centers on 3 storylines and gives life to a collection of tales published in the eponymous The French Dispatch, which was inspired by Anderson's love for The New Yorker. Number 3. The Trial of Chicago 7, October 16. Following the trend on Netflix, featuring some of the famous people and historical events around the globe, the film written and directed by Aaron Sorkin is based on the story of the Chicago 7, a group of defendants charged by the federal government with conspiracy, provoking riots, and other charges related to the anti-Vietnam War and countercultural protests that took place in Chicago, Illinois during the 1968 Democratic National Convention. Before Netflix gained the rights, Paramount Pictures planned to screen the film in limited theaters on September 25, but the pandemic caused a reschedule and financial blow, just like how changes and delays led Steven Spielberg settle to being a producer together with Walter F. Parks and Laurie MacDonald instead of directing the film. Number 2. Dune, December 18. Right off the bat, this film will be big. Commentators are already praising the sci-fi film's director, Denis Villeneuve, for giving justice to the 1965 book series by Frank Herbert, comparing it to 1984's Dune adaptation by David Lynch, showing that the novel is impossible to film. Villeneuve is just proving that he is the right filmmaker for this project. Some fans are saying that the book and the Star Wars trilogy have some similarities. Well, just that comparison alone, this film is surely big. The premise of this film is so complex, but to simplify, the film takes the audience to Dune, where the spice can be found. The most desired drug in the universe, which makes human life longer, provides superhuman levels of thought, and makes fold space travel possible. Some of the cast members are Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, and Oscar Isaac. Villeneuve also announced that this film will have a second part. Well, the complexity of the story deserves it. Is this the beginning for another sci-fi series? Number 1. Black Widow, November 6. Marvel fans are celebrating that the much-awaited Black Widow movie is finally coming in theaters. Scarlett Johansson first played the role of Natasha Romanoff, or Black Widow, on Iron Man 2, 2010. A decade and 6 Marvel films later, here, she is leading her battles. The actress was paid $15 million for this standalone film, the same amount with Captain America and Thor when they had their movies. This film is the 24th film in the MCU, and it was directed solely by a woman, Kate Shortland. Talk about girl power. After the release of its final trailer last March, and based on the recent movie installments from the MCU, fans have high expectations for this film. Following the events of Captain America Civil War 2016, Russian spy turned superhero finds herself alone and forced to confront a dangerous conspiracy with ties to her past. She must deal with her history as a spy and broken relationships before she became an Avenger. But fans, beware of spoilers because this film will air first in the UK before making its way to American theaters. Did we miss some films you're planning to see for the rest of 2020? Which of these films will you see in theaters near you? Leave the comments below. If you enjoyed this list of 10 movies that will blow you away in 2020, you might also enjoy 8 Christopher Nolan scenes that made us shooked. If you want more videos about your favorite films, click the notification bell to keep track of our latest uploads. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, share this video with your friends to keep them up to date.